Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I have little Checkers here with me. I introduced her in my last video, my November homeschool update, so check that video out. If you want some info on her, I talk about her at the end of that video. But just wanted to quickly give you guys like a little realistic Christmas plans video. This is for those of you out there that might be a little bit type B or just not like huge planners, or maybe you don't like some strict schedule when it comes to what you're going to do for Christmas in your homeschool, but you still want to be festive and you love Christmas and you want to have fun. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see all the Christmas stuff we're doing, because I'm probably going to be posting all of it every single day on my stories. So if you want to see like, you know, just all the behind the scenes of like it fully in action, then go follow me on Instagram. One of my kids just distracted me. What's new? But I have a lot to do. This morning was kind of a crazy morning. It's so funny because I have to wake up at like 6 a.m.-ish with her to let her go potty. If I do that, she won't pee or poop in her kennel, which is wonderful. And then it's kind of forced me as a type B person who loves sleep. It's kind of forced me to wake up earlier and get in that routine. And that has been super good for me because in my head, at least, I'm like, oh yes, I get to wake up like an hour before the kids are awake and I can have some coffee. Like, it's been cold outside for once in Houston, Texas. I can have some coffee and sit by the Christmas tree and just hang out with the puppy without having to share her with anyone, and just be so peaceful. That has been the idea. It has not necessarily been peaceful the last at least 3 mornings, which is just like so life with kids and a puppy. So it was peaceful like a couple of times where I would she's got a lot of energy in the morning, so I'd play with her and then I would feed her breakfast, and then she'd be nice and full and she would just fall asleep and relax, and I would relax too. Well, then a few mornings ago, my daughter woke up crying because she had fallen asleep on top of slime. This was not the first time that this has happened. And so it was like all in this side of her hair, just like front part of her hair, just all stuck up in there. And my husband was the first to go to her because I think I had been taking Checkers out to potty. And when I walk in, he's like telling me like, get the scissors. And I'm like, what? Like, no, I am not cutting her hair. And he's like, why? And I'm like, why? First of all, I just ignored that and I'm like, get the shower going. I'm gonna wash it out of her hair. I've done this before. I knew I could do it because I'd done it before. So he goes to get the shower going, but like, men, you guys, this is why a daughter needs a mom. And I'm kind of sensitive to this because my mom she struggled with mental health and she was not fully present mentally a lot in my life, and then she actually like totally physically moved away the summer after 9th grade for me. So I'm sensitive to this because I felt like I needed a mom, and I still to this day sometimes feel like I need a mom, but you know, it is what it is and you make do, and you just become the best mom you can to your daughter, right? That's kind of how I feel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like a man would just go and cut like the top. She's got this beautiful long hair. He would just go and cut like the top of her hair. But anyway, so I had to wash all that, pick piece by piece all of that slime out of her hair. So that's what I did at 6 in the morning like a few days ago. And then yesterday everything was fine with the kids. They're all sleeping. I take her out and she was struggling to poop, and it was like a whole ordeal. And so that was like a 30 to 45 minute like issue, and I had to get her in the bath, the dog, and all of that. So then I was dealing with the bath situation with the dog. And then this morning, everything seemed peaceful, everything seemed fine. I'm like, this is finally gonna be my morning, you know? And she starts to throw up, and I'm like, what's going on? She throws up a worm. So she has worms, which I don't know why the vet didn't give me the preventative medicine. I don't know if she felt she was too small at that point or what. I don't know why she didn't, because I was just at the vet on Saturday and it's Friday, so almost a week ago. I don't know why she didn't. So anyway, I called the vet. They opened at 7 a.m. So I called them at 7 a.m. and they're like, okay, the vet will most likely just, you know, let you get some medicine that you can just come pick up. But they called me around 9 a.m. And then I realized that Winnie, I am out of her medicine, her like heartworm and flea and tick, whatever, prevention stuff. And so I asked them if I could get it from them, but they said no because she's not a patient of theirs. So I have to take her to the vet today at 11:30 to get established with them. The reason I did a different vet with Checkers is because we moved to just a different part of our town. So I just picked like a closer vet. So this is good because Winnie needs to get established with the closer vet anyway. But yeah, just one more thing to add to the list. There's always something. It's just like, it's hard. It's really hard to stick to like a routine, I feel like, just as like a type B person. But then especially when life just throws you curveballs like all the time. And I feel like a strength of a type B person is we go with the flow. And so it's just like, all right, this is what we're doing. But it can derail like your plans and everything. So anyway, we have a club we go to in the afternoons. So once a week, it's like a book and PE type club. Talk about books and do PE, something we love doing. And it's freezing cold outside today, like in the 40s and 50s, which is very cold for us. So we'll have to bundle up for that. But before that, I'm gonna take Winnie to the vet. But before all of that, I thought I would film this video really quickly. So I just talked forever about that. Basically, this is just an update and just like a way of saying you can do super simple things for Christmas to like make things festive for your kids during this season. So I always read my kids like Christmas picture books, obviously we have like our classics that we read, and I try to add like a new Christmas book to our collection every year and stuff like that. I've seen online people will wrap them, like wrap 12 of them or something, and then open them each time, and it makes it like exciting for the kids. I would like to do that. That seems fun, but that takes planning, that takes prep, that takes time. And I don't have a lot of extra time. And so I'm not doing that, at least not this year. But maybe next year I will feel like I have the bandwidth and the time and everything to do that. Maybe not. Either way, we will be reading children's Christmas books. Yesterday we read The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, which is my favorite. I love the live action with Jim Carrey. That's my favorite Christmas movie. So my kids know The Grinch and love The Grinch. I love the story of The Grinch. I love the message. I also love Dr. Seuss. So all of those things make for we love The Grinch in this household. So we read that book, and I got one of it's like Legos, but it's called Brick Craft, and so they're cheaper. And I actually think they are kind of maybe easier to put together. I don't know. But I got a Grinch Lego to do, and then I got a Grinch coloring book. And so yesterday they colored and they listened to the book, and then my 8-year-old put the Grinch Lego together. And we kind of start off all doing it together, and it really was like a one-person job, and it was for 8 and up. So he put it together. I was so proud of him. But then my 6-year-old, he really needed like a Lego thing. So I actually ordered, I've been doing Walmart delivery for groceries mostly, but sometimes I get a few other things. So I ordered some groceries for today, and I put some Legos in that for him, just so that like some like Star Wars Stormtrooper ones that he wanted, just because he couldn't really do the Grinch one. So ordered that, which actually, now that we've randomly had to add this vet visit, I need to make sure my oldest knows to bring the groceries in when they get delivered. So lots of moving parts, but I would definitely recommend the Walmart grocery delivery and like other items delivery. It's been fantastic. I've had it for a few months now, and it's just life-changing. I think in the new year I might get Instacart too, so that I can get like Costco stuff delivered, because I love Costco. I love going to Costco. It's like an experience going there. I love it, but I just don't really have time to go there that often, and so I don't end up getting much stuff from there. But they have so many good like organic things and just so much good food. So I think if I get Instacart, I can have Costco groceries delivered, and then we'll actually get them. And I know these things cost money, but I feel like in the long run, they save you money, because if I go into a Costco or a Walmart, you better believe I'm doing some impulse purchases, and I'm buying some things that we may not have needed. But when it's delivered, you know, I'm just looking online and there's less impulse purchases that way. So I think in the end, it'll either be equal or save us money, honestly. So we also did gingerbread houses. That is a tradition of ours. I've done that since my oldest was little, where me and him just did gingerbread houses together. And then it was me and my 8-year-old and my oldest did it. My oldest is not that artsy, so he's kind of over the gingerbread houses. Like, he doesn't really want to do it anymore. So now it's just the little ones. We actually did small ones. I normally do the pre-built gingerbread houses, which that's a hack. It's worth every penny, because if you do a big one, it's so hard to get them to stick together and you have to like wait forever for it to dry. And it's just annoying. So we normally have the pre-built ones and the kids just decorate them, which they love doing. They like eating the candy and the icing, and it's a fun thing. This year, I just went to H-E-B and they didn't have any pre-built ones, but they had these small minion ones. The small ones are actually not that hard to put together. We put them together and we just waited like 5 minutes and they were dried enough to decorate. So that was great, simple, easy, and then they just ended up eating the gingerbread houses after we were done. So now they're gone and eaten. So I actually really like the little ones. And then, what else? What else have we been doing? Oh, we went to Starbucks and we got like polar bear cake pops, and we got hot chocolate, and my 8-year-old likes peppermint hot chocolate. I got a peppermint hot mocha. So I think going to Starbucks can be like a fun, simple thing that you do. We don't go to Starbucks very often, so it's kind of like a special thing to do during the holidays. They have the special holiday cups and stuff like that. So that was fun. Obviously decorating, so we go big on our decorating for the outside of the house. My husband does an amazing job decorating the outside of our house, and that really brings us together, and we spend time out there. We go and look at the lights, the kids run around. We have a really big front yard. The kids go run around in the front yard. It's a way to give back to our community because people in the community come and look at it. So it's a really fun thing. Inside in our new house, I honestly think I need to get like a bunch of new decorations, and this was just not the year for that. We bought a bunch of stuff for the outside of the house, so maybe next year I'll start collecting some more things. I just think for this house, we need a different vibe. I am doing a checkers tree. So the puppy Checkers, she's black and white, and I actually found these adorable. I wanted to do like a dog tree, just like Checkers and our dog Winnie, but I found these adorable little dogs ornaments from Target, and one of them it comes in a 4-pack. One of them looks just like Checkers. I don't know what dog they're supposed to be, but one of them looks just like her, and the others just have a little bit different coloring. So I found those, and then that inspired this tree. I got like a white, tall, thin Christmas tree, and it's in the dining room, and I think I'm gonna do like a checkered what is it called, tree skirt, and do maybe like a checkered bow on the top, and do like red, white, and black bulbs, and then the dog ornaments obviously, and it'll be like a checkers tree. So I don't know if I'll get everything for that this year, but that's like the inspiration and the goal for that tree. And I would love to get a tree here that is like a music tree for our schoolroom, have a tree in here. I think that's another thing you can do that's super simple, is put up a tree in your schoolroom if you have a schoolroom. If not, if you're doing it at the dining room table, have one by the dining room table, or if you're in the living room, just have your regular tree there. That's already festive, you know, but one day I want to get like some music inspired tree. What else do we do? Elf on the Shelf obviously comes and visits our house, and he just moves around the house. So that's fun. And, as for like curriculum, I haven't gotten any specific Christmas curriculum. I did consider it, but I think my kids are still a bit young, honestly, for it. They're my little ones, at least. They're 3rd grade, 1st grade, and pre-K. Maybe next year with kindergarten, 2nd, and 4th grade, I will feel that a Christmas curriculum type unit study or whatever would be worth our while. But right now they just want to play and do Legos and color and do crafts. Oh, we're going to do like a chain. I got some construction, or is it construction paper? Is that what it's called? You know, the different color paper. We're going to use red and green, and we're going to make chains to count down to Christmas. We also got chocolate advent calendars, which the kids, they just came in. So the kids got to open, like, today's December 5th, so they got to open 5 of them, so they got like 5 chocolates, which, you know, not ideal. But now after that, it'll just be 1 chocolate a day. And advent calendars are obviously a very fun thing to do. The chocolate ones are pretty cheap on Amazon compared to some more expensive advent calendars. So that's something that we do. I just feel like I see people on YouTube sharing these elaborate ideas for Christmas, for homeschooling. That's great, but that's just not where I'm at. I think slowly over time, I could add certain things in, and maybe 5 years from now, my Christmas homeschooling could be super elaborate. So some of them I think is just people who've been homeschooling for forever that have just established all of these things. And then other people are just super organized. You know, I'm like, oh man, like they put those videos up at like the beginning of December, end of November, but then they say they've been planning it and getting ready for it since like beginning of November or months before that. And so it's like, yeah, if you're gonna do something that elaborate, it needs to be like planned for a while ahead of time. So if you have not had the time to do that, don't want to do that, there are tons of simple things that you can do for Christmas for in your homeschool that don't have to be that elaborate. And then obviously at church, they're going to sing a song at church, and they're learning about different things in their little Bible study, you know, during the children's church thing. So that's a great thing that happens during Christmas. There's a lot of like just things that just naturally happen during the Christmas season. But those, our recitals. So we do a piano recital. My 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old, has been doing it since he was 5. And then my 6-year-old has been in lessons since he was 5. So this is my 6-year-old's maybe second Christmas recital. Yeah, I think so. And then my 8-year-old has had multiple of them. And that's like a big deal for us. They get dressed up in like a nice outfit, and they go to the college and they play their Christmas song in their recital. So Henry's working on Carol of the Bells, which, by the way, I might cut this into the beginning. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see all the Christmas stuff we're doing, because I'm probably going to be posting all of it every single day on my stories. So if you want to see, like, you know, just all the behind the scenes of like it fully in action, then go follow me on Instagram. Oh, and one other thing I'm going to insert into this, follow me on Instagram, but also I wanted to say thank you guys for my last video. I was kind of just, I wasn't like fishing for this. I really wasn't expecting it at all. I actually thought, I was saying in the video, I thought people were going to leave mean comments, but I should know better because you guys are awesome and the homeschooling community is awesome. But y'all were so encouraging to me, and y'all were like telling me like, please don't quit unless, you know, it's just for your best interest, but we enjoy your videos and everything. And that was really encouraging to me, and it was just kind, and, you know, didn't have to do that. Y'all didn't have to leave those kind of comments, but you did. And so I just wanted to let y'all know that I really appreciate the encouragement, because I love talking homeschooling. And so I love that to know, ooh, Checkers is like having a dream or something. I just love to know that other people appreciate these videos as well. So thanks for that. Anyway, so Henry's doing Carol of the Bells, which he needs to practice. We're under the gun. And Jack is doing Jolly Old St. Nicholas, I think. And then Charlie actually has her first dance recital on the same day. So that is, you know, a lot of our Christmas season is like practicing, and she has like a Santa song. So, you know, it's very festive and Christmassy feeling. And so it's practicing, getting ready for that, getting their outfits together, all of that is something that we do during this time of year, and that fits into our school because practicing piano fits into our school. Practicing for dance fits into just like our day, you know. Oh, we are still going to be doing school. So we are still going to be doing our curriculum for the most part, because we have a whole month off or over that from Classical Conversations. So, and a lot of our activities are out, not all of them, but a lot of them. So it just gives us more time to do school. So it makes sense to do it as much as we can. Even though I would like a break, I just think it makes sense to just keep going, especially with some of the changes that I have made. I just think we just need to keep going just to not get behind. Also, Jack is learning to read. Charlie's learning her letters. Those are things that they can easily regress in. So I don't want to just stop for like a whole month or whatever. They're just a little bit too young for that. So we are continuing with our individual subjects for sure. during the season. I don't know if we're gonna practice any of our CC songs. I would like to, maybe even at least like the math or something. So we might throw that in as well. But yeah, that is our Christmas plans. Very simple and spontaneous. Like, I leave room for spontaneity. I'm sure I'll do plenty of different things I haven't mentioned in this video that I just kind of come up with on the fly as the days go by. And I like leaving room for spontaneity in our homeschool. I enjoy that. I think scheduling and stuff has its place, and I could always use more scheduling and more organization, but at the same time, I love being spontaneous and just being like, oh, you know what sounds fun? This sounds fun. Let's do that, you know, and just run with it. So, and that's the cool thing about homeschooling, is that you can do that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.